Biblical guidelines for courtship. And so, are you ready for the second topic? Ayan, so ito, sa panliligaw naman to, ano mga kapatid? So, yeah. Paano daw manligaw? Tuturata ka ng experts manligaw. At sa mga ladies siguro, tignan nyo kung pasado. Ito yung titignan nyo sa mga kalalakihan. Kung paano naman manligaw. Since biblical guidelines on courtship ang pag-usapan natin, and this will be shared or facilitated by none other than, none other than Manong Dan here. Ayan. Let's welcome Manong Dan here. Here Dan.
So, hi! Okay lang sa akin, no, yung nag-snack kayo habang nagsasalita ko yung fan. Ang importante sa akin yung nakikinig kayo. Alright? So, yes, thank you so much, Jessie. Hindi niya ako tinawag na uncle. So, tawagin niya akong manang. Kuya. Kuya Dan. So, pakilala ko lang yung sarili ko sa mga hindi nakakakilala. I'm your Kuya Dan. I'm married. So, yun yung wife ko, si Ate Lala. Lala. So, siya yun. Alright, so, paano? Okay, so yeah, we have two kids, si Luke and Padme. And Luke and Padme, if you're a Star Wars fan, so kilala nyo yun. Anyway, I'll be sharing with you the biblical guidelines for courtship. Okay? Hindi ko na explain sa inyo yung word the courtship. Okay, so the biblical guidelines of for courtship. So, pero bago tayo mag-start, wala pa ng batang 90s sa inyo, no? Wala, sino mga bata pa rin. Pero, I'm not sure kung ginagawa niyo pa yun ngayon. Alam niyo ba yung slam book? No, the slam book. Yes, aware siya. Ano yung meron sa slam book? The lights and habits. Ano yung lights and habits mo? Manood ng movie. So, nabi bang tanong doon, what is crush? Tama? Oo. So, what is crush? Ano yung unang pumasok sa mind mo? Inspiration? Yeah, inspiration.
Crushing means squeezing, di ba?
Squeezing? What? Okay. Sige, crush something? Okay, wrong spelling ka. So, alright, so ano ba yung tanong nun? What is love?
Love is blind.
Kaya yung mga kadali ko sa di ba? So, kanina, napag-usapan natin yung with your Kuya Ezra called love. Right? Tapos, nagpahapyo siya called marriage. So, sa marriage, mamaya I think si Kuya Dexter niya mag-explain nun. But in between that, doon papasok yung courtship. So, ito yung pag-usapan natin. So, again, so yan. So, ito yung topics na gusto ko pag-usapan natin. We have 3. The 5 C's of Christian courtship, guidelines for Christian courtship, and then the last one, you must abstain. So, ito kwento ko lang. Yan, kwento ko lang yan. So, ito kami ni Ate Lala nyo. Di ba may pointer doon? The first one, 2006 yan. I think year-end activity yan. At the top one. Oh, ayun pala yan. So, 2006, I think year-end activity yan. The Amazing Race within the city. Yung activity yan. This one naman, hindi ko alam kung kailan na ito. Ano yan? Yung nagliligawan kami sa may Ocean Park. Yan yun. Ito naman, dating yan with Kuya Dexter and Auntie Denise. Kasi mga kasama namin from Baguio, wala pa sila. So, nauna kami sa Manila. Okay, ito naman, dating kami, bago kami kinasal, 2011. So, yan is 2010. Sana tama yung year ko. Tama, no? Okay, tama. Alright, sa Singapore. Okay, yan. Nag-date kami. We're in hot. Diba? In love. Okay, so ito yung pag-usapan natin. So, ano ba yung nag-guide sa amin as a couple that time? As a Christian couples? So, magaling tanong kanina ni ate? Tama? Kayo pinagtanong kanina, ma'am? Yes, so si ma'am yung nagtanong kanina about okay lang ba na non-believer? Tama ba yung question natin? Okay. So, ikwento ko lang. Your Ate Lada, bago kami naging, yung family nila is a devoted Catholic. So, devoted Catholic sila. She's from Piat. Kung alam niyo yung Piat Cagayan, talagang ano sila, devoted Catholic. Pero hindi naging hadlang yung relationship namin dun sa belief namin. So, mamaya, as we go along, unti-unti ko may kukwento yan. Okay? So, let's start. Ano ba yan? Okay. So, courtship yan. No? The 5 C's of Christian courtship. What's the first one? The first one is character of courtship. Ano ba yung character ng isang courtship? Ano bang meron? Okay, a period in which a young man or a woman finds a companion for life. So, yun yung time yun, no? Na hindi ka naman magkaroon ng courtship na parang hindi mo hanapin, di ba? Na may kasama ka. So, isa yan, no? Na may kasama ka. It affords two young people an opportunity to study at close range the attitudes and conduct and true worth of their friends. Alright? So, sa courtship, malalaman mo siya kung makikilala mo siya ng mabuti, ng mas maayos. Hindi yung ligawan ng mabilisang ligawan. Ano tawag na gano'n? O yung the flirting ligawan. Okay? Courtship is more on parang getting to know yung person na, o yung kaibigan mo, di ba? O yung gusto maging kasama, o companion for life. So yun yung character ng courtship. Sabi sa Proverbs 18:22, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Okay? Hindi ko na kasi alam mo kung ano yung trend sa young people ngayon about ligawan, no? So, alam ko, TikTok ba? Sa TikTok ng ligawan. So, I'm not sure, no? Pero, ang importante, the Bible encourages young people to consider marriage. So, kapag papasok tayo ng isang relationship, medyo yun yung i-consider natin. Sabi, gusto ko maging kasama for a lifetime. Okay? Hindi ako magkakaroon ng girlfriend dahil parang trip ko lang. Dahil yung barkada ko may girlfriend. Hindi ako magkakaroon ng boyfriend kasi guwapo siya. So, hindi ganun kababaw. Alright? So that's the first one, the character of courtship. Second, commencement of courtship. Kaya ba mag-start? Okay? Be a consecrated child of God, not just a church member, but a consecrated Christian. And ano ba yun? One who has opened the door of his heart to the crucified Christ, he knows that his body belongs to Christ. So, doon mag-start, sabi pa, the biblical guideline. So, meron kang parang foundation, no? Para mag-start ng isang courtship o paniligaw. We're in. Sino yung isa sa foundation natin? Or Jesus Christ, di ba? Okay? Pray that God will lead you to the right person for your companion through life. Bigla ko natanong sa sarili ko, did I pray for Ate Lala at that time? I think hindi. Okay, I'm honest naman. Hindi ko siya pinag-pray na sana siya maging girlfriend ko para talaga. So, yun yung college time. Ano, dito, makakwento ko na. Okay. So, I think moment lang yung kung paano kami na nag-click. Okay? Kasi ang dinidate ko, yung friend niya. Yung pala, So, I'm dating someone, tapos sinama siya, para mas nakakapa sa kanya. Parang gano'n. So, yun. So, obviously, di ko siya pinag-pray, tama? Okay? And galing yung sumayaw. So, nag-click din kami doon sa magsayaw. So, yun. Ha? Sample, Ate Ana. Pwede ka naman sample. Anyway, ang importante sa isang, kasi we're talking about biblical guideline. We're going to enter into a relationship, always pray for that someone. Okay, for example, kunwari, may isa tayong young people, she wants to date this beautiful lady. Anong gagawin niya? He's going to pray for it. Lord Father in heaven, bantayan niyo po ako ngayon. Gusto kong mag-push through na ligawan or to start courting or makilala itong girl na to. So we're going to pray for that. Okay, isa yun. Alright? It's very important. The choice of courtship, the third C, the choice of courtship. When a man's love for his wife is based merely on her youth and charm and beauty, that love doesn't last long because those qualities often soon fade away. So hindi mag-start yung love natin dahil kamukha siya ni Kuya Dan. Hindi ganun. Okay? So ibig ko sabihin, hindi sa physical attraction. Okay? Naniniwala ba kayo dun sa love at first sight? Sino naniniwala sa love at first sight? Na, akala ko di ako, si Ate Yes. Hindi, okay, hindi, no? Okay, siguro kapag nagkaroon ng, kung natak kasi isang tao, ang tawag doon is, infatuation, tama? I think that's the word. So hindi pa talaga na-develop yung love. Pero eventually, if you're going to get married, doon maramdaman na, mahal ko itong tao to. And I want to marry her. I think yun yung isa sa naging sign or naging signal sa akin na, tsaka mahal ko talaga siya. Okay. So, ipupush ko namin itong relationship na to with our dear Father in heaven. So, mamaya, kukwento ako dyan. So sabi niya, never enter into marriage relationship lightly. Huwag kayo papasok sa isang kasal na parang very light yung relationship yung sa isa't isa. Okay? Always look for characteristics such as cheerfulness, patience, industry, and kindness, qualities that abide by the test of time. So lahat yun, and syempre overall, a godly person, a Christian one. Pag-pray natin yan. So parang, at your Ate Lali, naging girlfriend ko siya, she's a devoted Catholic, naging handang ba to? Kasi eventually, as you go along dun sa relationship nyo, alam mo na love mo siya, you're going to guide her, di ba? Babantayan mo eh. And then eventually, she's going to learn, hindi sa pilitan nyo mag-Bible study with her, siya mismo yung nag-push mo din, but ikaw yung naging example. Okay, so isa yun. Okay, so that's the choice of her courtship. So ano yung confusions? Okay, ano ba yung confusions sa courtship? Ito. Medyo iniiwasan ito ng ibang young people na pag-usapan. But, kailangan natin pag-usapan. There are many dangers and pitfalls for young people during the years of courtship. Okay, may mga pagkadaanan na pagsubok. You'll be tested. And what's that? Sex experience is right only within the bounds of true and honorable marriage. Okay? Sino virgin? Oh, yun. Very good. Sumagot agad. Okay. Gulat ang question. Okay. So, yan. Pag-uusapan ng surprise. Okay. Very good sa sumagot na, di ba? Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure, for God will judge the adulterer and the sexually immoral. Mamaya dadaanan natin ulit yan. But this is very important. No? Kasi minsan, nagiging worthy yung relationship nyo. Okay? Or yung pagiging boyfriend and girlfriend natin. Okay? And lastly, ano yung comrades? Ano yung comrades of courtship? These are wholesome things to do and worthwhile places to go during your courtship days. And then first, sabi niya dyan, attend the services of the church together. Yes, nangyari yan, no? Okay? May time pa nga na sobrang pag-attend naman ng, hindi, kwento ka lang ulit. Sorry, Lai. Okay. Siyempre, ni-invite ko si Ate Lala nyo, no, na to attend with me sa young people activities. Eh, kasi isa yun eh, na parang may encourage siya, correct? Pero dumating yung time na nagselos pa nga siya eh. Parati na lang kasama mga young people. Sino na lang may oras sa akin, wala. Pero dumating yung time na intindihan niya, okay, Okay, so di ba din time, naging ate rin siya ng mga young ones, the young people, di ba? Kasi eventually maintindihan din niya yan. Read and pray together. That's very important. Okay? Read the Bible and pray together. Okay? So, unti-unti, hindi ka lang biglaan. Okay? Kasi baka minsan, inisip natin, yung boyfriend ko dapat Christian siya agad. Basta tayo ng Bible. So, unti-unti. We're going to pray for it. Okay? Maintain hobbies together. Ito medyo mahirap to. Kasi mag-iba kami na hobby eh. She's a graduate of psychology. Ako naman, graduate ng information technology. So, ang kausap niya, tao, kausap ko, computer. So, magkaiba kami ng hobby. Ang hirap mag-connect. Alright? So, pero maganda yan. May experience niya kung ano yung hobbies ko, ganoon din siya. So, you're going to do it together, no? Enjoy good music together. Samples lang yan. So, ito medyo magkaiba na naman kami. Okay? Pop music siya, alternative sa akin. How about watching movies together? Okay, Ben?
Yes.
Depende sa? Depende sa movies, no? Depende sa movies, no? Kung horror or comedy, gano'n. Okay. Pero sa ako, tip ko lang to. I think dating sa movies is not a good idea. Sa akin yan. Kasi, dating in the movies. Hindi mo siya makakausap eh. Wala yung eye to together, hindi siya makakwentuhan. Tapos, wala na. Nandun lang kayo ng 3 hours. So, yung 3 hours na lang, spend it to other places na lang. So, mas okay. Okay yung movie kung kayo na. Alright? Pero kapag ligawan, wag na. Okay? So, that's the first topic natin, the 5 C's of Christian courtship. Meron ba kayong tanong? Or may nakakalito? Wala? Okay, very good. So, sa second topic, ayan, the guidelines for Christian courtship. Dami namin ano. Nailam na ba kayo? Ang sinasabi ko dyan doon, no, wag. Pero yes, joke. And then, prenup yan, prenup picture namin yan. Okay? So, parating sa inyo yung maganda kong buhay. Okay? Okay, so the guidelines for Christian courtship. May guidelines natin for a Christian courtship, ha? So, ang tanong, when I am ready for Christian courtship, kailan ba? Kailan ba ako ready sa isang relationship na answering the question na parang believer or Christian yung partner ko? So, the first one, when is the right age to begin Christian courtship? When one is mentally, spiritually, and emotionally mature. Okay? Mature na kayo doon sa mga bagay na yan. Mentally, napapasok ka sa isang relasyon. Spiritually, you know the word, alam niyo yung the Bible itself mismo, you know yung guidelines as a Christian, and emotionally mature. Okay? Kasi minsan kapag parang, eto medyo mahirap din ito bantayan, emotionally mature. Yung tipong, nag-away kayo, tapos mamaya break na tayo. Alam mo ba? Mamaya cool off tayo. Walang cool off, break na lang. Yun yung sinabi niya eh. Okay? So, alright. So, ayun, nag-cool off kami. Sabi ko kasi cool off eh. Cool off, break na lang tayo. So, nag-break kami. Okay? Tapos niligawan niya ulit ako. Ay, hindi ka niligawan natin. Niligawan niya ulit siya. Alright, so kasi, bakit ko siya niligawan ulit? Kasi when one recognizes the gift of marriage, siguro naging tested sa relationship namin dahil nag-iwalay kami. Parang hinanap ko na I think mahal ko talaga siya. Alright? So that's the time na parang ligawan ko ulit ito. Kasi yung unang ligaw ko sa kanya, nagsasayawan lang kami. Hindi niya ba ako na ito? Pero yung the second time around, nung niligawan ko siya, ito na yung pumasok. Open your Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 7. Or open your app. Chapter 7, verse 7.
I wish that all of you were as I am, but each of you has your own gift from God. One has this gift, another has that.
Sabi niya, ganda nun, no? Gift from? Gift from? God, right? So yung magiging partner mo, gift yan. Okay, so yun yung isa sa pumasok sa pag-enter ng isang courtship. When one is prayerful and seeks God's will for marriage. Alright? So yun yung pinag-ataslan natin, no? Ano ba yung God's will para sa akin? Siya yung gusto ko makasama and will get married. And is ready to commit a serious relationship. Alright? Pero may danger, no? May danger sa courtship. Alright? So ano yung danger? Dangers of worldly practices of dating or courtship. So leads to physical intimacy but not necessarily to marital commitment. Alright? Merong physical intimacy din. Nag-start sa ganito, nag-start sa ganyan, pababa. Often mistakes a physical relationship for love. Often isolates a couple from other vital relationships with others. So nagiging dalawa na lang kayo parate. Kapag may gathering, lumalayo kayong dalawa. Parang either family or bigger barkada. In many cases, distracts young adults from their primary responsibility of preparing for the Lord's use in the future. Develops a self-centered, feeling-oriented concept of love. Nagkaroon na sila ng sariling concept of love. Alright? Gusto ko ikaw makasama ko dahil ganito ka. Dahil mahal kita dahil, ano yun, yung concept of love. Nawala yung topic na napag-usapan kanina with Kuya Ezra. Okay? Sabi dito, teaches people to break off relationships easily, conditioning them more for divorce than marriage. Pumasok sa relationship at hindi healthy, parang hindi nila magpag-break. Break na tayo. Ngayon, pag kinasal sila, o di madali sila mag-separate. Legally separated or separated in fact. Ano yan? Basta nag-iwala na lang. So develops an appetite for variety and change in relationships, creating dissatisfaction within the marriage. Next, promotes lust and immoral habits, opening the door for sin. So ito yung mga dangers. Creates a false standard of comparison by which mates may be chosen and then rejected later after marriage. Okay? Yung parang, hindi pala siya. Okay? So nagkakaroon ng, you're comparing. Lacks the protections and guidance afforded by godly principles from the biblical concept of courtship. So yun yung mga danger. It values the biblical concept of sex and marriage. So kumari, dami natin pinag-usapan ngayon. Dami book chapter verse. Nandito si Kuya Ezra, Kuya Dan, then si Kuya Dex mamaya. Dex mamaya pagkalabas siya, nakalimutan yung lahat. Nawala yung value. Embarks too quickly on romantic path before one is ready to commit marriage. So, I think aware kayo sa mga ganyang situations. No? Open ang social media. Minsan nagiging example ng mga artista. Okay? Pero ang tanong, kuya, dami na pala. Daming no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know? So, okay na lang. Kung gusto mo pa ng snacks, okay na. Ako na lang ngayon gift. So, can courting couples kiss, hand, or hold hands? Pwede ba? Hindi. Hindi sa akin. Yes.
Siguro sa hold hands.
Hold hands. Okay. Ako, okay na. Kiss, hand, or hold hands. Bakit? Kasi, merong boundaries naman. No? Boundaries for restraint are important and necessary as the commitment in the relationship is not certain yet. So, stay out of heavy petting. Iwasan yung sobra naman. Too much is dangerous. Correct? Tinan yung nangyari sa chan ko. Too much. Correct? Hindi na healthy. So, too much kissing is dangerous, di ba? And then, let things develop progressively with time. So, holding hands is fine. Kiss or smack is fine. Pero pag too much, ano sa akin? Bago ako pumasok kasi sa ganyan, dapat you are spiritually, emotionally mature, no? Or mentally. Alright? So, practical rules to consider that may be helpful. Ano ba yung practical rules? Okay, para hanggang, ano yung tawag na WWH. And holding hands while walking, balik na ito pala. WHWW, holding hands while walking. What are the rules? Ito. Make a commitment to each other before the emotions start rolling. So, nakapag-commitment mo na kayo. Huwag tayo dadaan sa ganito pa. Sa ganito pa naman. Hindi natin ito dapat subukan. Mga ganyan. If you are alone in a room, keep the door open. Kasi once sarado yan, I know. Mahirap yan. Okay? Always be in a place where you can be easily interrupted and seen. Okay? So dapat madaling kumenta o madaling makita. Huwag kayong tatakot. Never be alone in a room behind closed doors or quiet, dark, obscure corner or park at night with someone of the opposite sex. So, huwag kayong, ewan ko ba, ba't kayo nag-date sa madilim? Okay, so huwag kayo nag-date sa madilim. Avoid romantic encounters until you are ready to commit to marriage. Okay? Iwasan natin yan. We'll have the pleasure of learning romance with one person you love in the Lord, whom you will be blessed by it for the rest of your life with him or her. So, hintayin natin yan. May experience natin yung romantic relationship na yan once you are together na. Okay? Yun yung pinapanood dyan. Do not accentuate on the physical, but build up each other intellectually and spiritually in the Lord. Hindi puro physical. Okay? Dapat, we're going to build up each other spiritually. Okay? Pag-usapan nyo yan. Okay, ano ba yung guide natin? A good and edifying relationship. Okay? So the first, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So maganda to as a partner with your partner. So a good and edifying relationship is one where you love that person enough to be honest about who you are, okay? Honest about what you plan to do, and be honest how about you feel about him or her and what he or she does and says. So honesty is very important in our part. So kung nararamdaman mo, sabihin natin. Okay? Love includes the important ingredient in relationships. Because love lang naman yan, sinabi ni Kuya sa kanila. Which is open and honest communication that is so vital to a healthy marital relationship one day. So, habang kayo pala, in-establish na natin yung ganong foundation ng relationship nyo as boyfriend and girlfriend. The honesty and love. Literally, say it with love and win it and edify each other. Okay? Ang ganda na pakiramdam kapag ano eh, yung kausap natin o yung maging partner natin is same na kayo ng belief. Correct? Pero may mga points of view na sometimes magkakita, pero at the end, you're going to edify each other, you're going to help each other, and you're going to encourage each other. James 1:19, my dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Colossians 4:2, devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. Open and God-honoring communication is necessary in order to understand what is truly motivating each other when you have differing points of view. Okay. Ito na yung possible na makipag-comment ng belief, correct? Pero, tulad ng sabi kanina, babalik natin sa plans kanina, we're going to pray for it, it's going to continue pag-usapan, you're spiritually and emotionally mature, and then ito na yung part na kaya nyo magkaroon ng maganda, a good and defined relationship. Acts 24:16. So I strive always to keep my conscience clear before God and man. In the context of courtship, there are two things that we should know: the heart condition and a clear conscience. So ano yung sabi sa first, sa heart? Keeping his or her best interest at heart would affect areas such as saving your emotional purity for him or her, developing your character, and preparing resources for a stable marriage. Unti-unti na, nagkakaroon ng resources for a stable marriage. Having a good and clear conscience before God and man is important for your future as husband and wife. Alright, so, amen yun. Okay, any questions dun sa napag-usapan natin? Kanina, medyo naintindihan nyo na kung anong courtship, di ba? Kung ano yung characteristics ng courtship, kung ano ba yung confusion sa courtship. And then, pag-usapan natin yung guidelines na para to do and not to do. Correct? Pero isa tayong bagay na pag-usapan natin na kadalasan, dito nag-struggles ang mga young ones, no? The young couples. Must abstain. Abstain from what? Abstain from what?
Abstain from. Naiiwasan natin.
Okay. Hindi na natin natin. Abstain from? Anyone? Huh? Let's go. About? Yes. Abstain from? This one is. Alright, sino gusto mo sumagot? Abstain from what? Decide. Fleshly desires. Okay, so yun ang pag-usapan natin. And what's one of that? Okay? Abstain from. Up until the public wedding ceremony, couples are to exercise self-control and abstain from sexual activity. Okay? Pag-usapan natin about sex. Sabi sa Hebrews 34, marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure. But for God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral. Alright, so yun yung i-abstain natin. No? The sexual immoral. For this is the will of God, our sanctification, that you abstain from unchastity, that each one of you know how to take a wife for himself in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust like heathen who do not know God. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 5. Ngayon, maganda ito i-open up. Kasi nangyayari ito eh. No? Tama ba? Agree? Agree. Ngayon may mga arguments kasi tungkol dyan. So ito yung mga parang sinasabi ng hidden Jews. Okay. Paul's arguments used to trick us into believing premarital sex is okay. Okay lang yan. Yung sinasabi, no? Pero ano ba yung mga argument na yan? The first one, biological argument. Sex is natural as eating, drinking, or breathing. Alright, para ka lang nag-burn ng calories. Di ba? Yung sinasabi niya, the biological argument. So okay lang yan. Pwede natin gawin. Nag-exercise ka naman tayo. Di ba? Kalokohan no. The statistical argument. Just look around everyone. Everyone is doing it. Ginagawa nila yan. Uy, maniwala ka. Narinig niya? Di ba? Sabi nila yan. Evidential argument. If you say that you really love me, patunayan mo. Mahal mo ako. Sige mamaya. Parang ganun. Psychological argument. I'll go crazy if I can't have you. Eh, mababaliw ako kapag hindi natin ito ginawa. O, di ba? Ako familiar sa inyo. Wala, no? Alright, the movies. Okay. Experiential argument. We need as much sexual experience to be ready for marriage. Para alam natin gagawin natin sa first time. Okay. So, yung argument nila. Gawin na natin para hindi ako magmukhang hindi ko alam. Correct? Compatibility argument. How do we know if you are sexually compatible unless we try first? Okay. Ano ito? Nalaman na compatible tayo sa isa kung hindi natin ito gagawin. So, gawin muna natin bago tayo magpakasal. Kasi kung hindi tayo compatible, break na lang tayo. So, yun yung mga argument nila. Safe-sex argument. No need to fear pregnancy or STDs. Gamit tayo ng ng dotted. Okay, dotted condom with the set of okay. So ganyan, di ba? So may isip pa siyang gusto, may favorite pa. Chocolate. Alright, number 8, marital argument. We are getting married anyway. Pabox naman tayo, di ba? So, we don't need a piece of paper to prove our love. Sex will prove our love to each other. Tama ba yung mga argument na yan? Ah, actually, manipulative argument. I know that your parents disapprove. So if we have sex, they will have to accept us. Ginawa na natin. They're going to accept me. Diba? Ngayon, upon marriage, any sexual activity outside of marriage is plainly off limits. Don't even think about it. Okay? You have heard Hebrews 5:27-28. You have heard that it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Okay? Tinititigan mo ba lang? Alright? Hindi mo pa siya nakubaran, pero nakubaran mo na sa isip mo. That's adultery. You're sinning already. Okay, so outward and hidden consequences of premarital sex. Okay, ano ba yung mga consequences niyan? Time's up na ba? Go ahead, no? Okay, first one, loss of virginity. Sino ba virgin? Oh, you no. Alright, loss of virginity. Sino na mawawala? For girls, it is now only losing something, but also the giving away of something valuable, which should be reserved for marriage. Alright, so yun yung pinakamagandang regalo. Correct? That's naging partner natin. Unwanted pregnancy. Mataas yan. Mataas yung rate ng teenage pregnancy dito sa, pinakamataas sa Pilipinas. Sa'yo. I think Cordillera. Visit sa Manila. No? Mataas ang teenage pregnancy. Forced marriage. Dahil ginawa niya yan, kailangan naman magpakasal. Okay? Parents, in an effort to protect the family name and reputation, will insist on a marriage even if the couples does not truly love each other. Dahil ginawa na nila, well, kailangan nila magpakasal. Nangyari na eh. Tama? May consider abortion, lalo na kapag nabuntis, sexually transmitted diseases, okay? Lalo na kapag one-night boyfriend, one-night girlfriend, alright? Guilt and depression, okay, are you going to be happy na pag ginawa niyo? Okay, mararamdaman niya, no? When not dealt with properly, depression occurs, leading to becoming dysfunctional. Okay, mostly girls nararamdaman tayo, the depression of that. Kasi, gusto may emotion ng lalaki eh. Na kapag nangyari, I'm manly. Correct? Pero kapag babae, parang, may feeling ng guilt or parang, siya, sana hindi ko naman ginawa. Alright? Tama? Emotional distress, hindi papasok yun. Possible suicide, extreme for self-hate. Sana hindi ko nalang binigay, iiwan nila niya pala ako. Okay? Nagging memories. Sexual memories are difficult to erase. Paano pag nagkaroon ka ng boyfriend-girlfriend, tapos biro mo na ialala? I mean, you're married na pala, tapos bigla mo naalala yung past mo. That's a big problem yan. Unreasonable comparison. Though you may love your spouse, you may compare spouse with former lovers. Nakakaroon ng comparison. Daily suspicion. Wondering if spouse is faithful to you. Kaya hindi mo alam. Right? Bakit number 10? Ano sa ako? 8 yan. Parental disappointment and embarrassment. Godly parents who discover that their child has been involved in sin is a heartbreaking experience. Masakit yan. Bilang mga magulang. Damaged communication. When a couple gives in to a sexual sin, there is a cloud of guilt that settles over the relationship with God and between each other. Diminished heart-to-heart sharing, inhibitions increase for fear of rejection. Ang hirap na no, parang may tinatago kayo. Yung relationship nyo is may tinatago. Hindi magandang pakiramdam. Hindi magandang feeling. So, alam na natin yung possible na hindi maganda sa sex before marriage. So, kailan magiging magandang sex? Kailan ba naging magandang sex? Honeymoon. Kailan naging honeymoon? Kailan ka honeymoon ka ba? Oo, di ba? Kapag kinasal na kayo ng araw na yun, yung gabi yun, doon maganda ang thrilling sex. Alright? Pero hindi nangyari sa amin yun eh. Nantok na kami. Pagdating sa kasal, tatapos ang kasal namin, 11:30 na ng gabi, madiling araw na. Ay, so tulog na lang tayo, boss. Alright? So, yun sasabi niya, thrilling sex within marriage, sexual activity is enjoyable. Alright? Mas masaya gawin. Lalo na, kasal na kayo. Ano yung sasabi niya? Guilt-free sex. Walang guilt feeling. Alright? Kapag nag-away kayo, sometimes yun yung solution. Correct kayo saya? Yes. Alright, make out and make love. Yun yung, di naman namin yun. Kapag nag-away kami, sometimes it helps. I'm being honest. It is intended for pleasure, intimacy, and companionship. Okay? Yun yung intention ng sex. For pleasure, intimacy, and companionship with your lifetime partner, a married couple. Right? So the man and his wife were both naked and they felt no shame. Okay? May your fountain be blessed and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth, a loving glow, a graceful tear. May her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be captivated by her love. Okay? So ML, make love. Okay? I'm not sure kung yun yung term nyo, pero ito yung term namin, make love. Term ni Denise, tumatawa sila. Term ni Denise. Term nila Kuya Richard, another pearl. ML tayo. Right? Napaka-natural lang sabihin. Madali lang sabihin kasi you're married. May lang tayo mamaya pagtulog ng mga bata. Paano pag girlfriend kayo? Parang hirap sabihin, di ba? Sex time. Di ba? You know na, it's not good. So, there is sex if you're married. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. The wife's body does not belong to her alone, but also to her husband. In the same way, the husband's body does not belong to him alone, but also to his wife. Biblical. So yung tabako, taba niya rin. Okay? Kung gano'n siya ka-sexy din ako. Alright? So ganun yun. Alright? We are united as one eh. Kaya kahit marami akong kainin, feeling ko sexy ako. Okay? So, patapos na pala. Last week. Tapos na. Sabi niya, Tito Michelle, from the book of Song of Songs, chapter 2, verse 7, don't accept love. Okay? Don't stir it up until the time is right and you're ready. Alright? So, mamaya explain to me Kuya Dex about marriage. The choosing that partner. Okay? Yun sa akin, di ba nakwento ko kanina, your Ate Dana is devoted Catholic before. Siyempre, eventually, naging Christian din siya. And then, ako laking boy sign. So, medyo dami kalokohan. May virgin, bago kinasal, hindi na ako virgin. Right? So, it's not a good feeling that time. Pero bago kami kinasal, I asked for an apology. You know? I asked an apology. Nag-ask ako ng blessing. Kasi alam ko na hindi maganda papasokin namin relationship dahil may ginawa ko pagkakamali. So I asked for an apology. So I asked Kuya Arnett, nagkamali ako eh. Gusto ko naman pakasal. Gusto ko maging maayos yung relationship namin ni Daddy. So nagkamali kami. So I'm not sure kung pala na ito ng mga bata. Pero bata pa sila. So, probably, I asked apology for the whole congregation because nagkamali kami. I asked apology, nag-email ako sa lahat na nakakilala sa amin. I asked an apology sa ibang congregation kasi nakakilala sa amin. And then I asked for their blessing. So, nagkamali kami, pinagsisihan, and then I asked for their blessings sa lahat na nakakilala. Nung araw na kinasal kami, alam ko na parang God is with us. God-centered family, God-centered husband and wife. And I hope and pray, sana, sa napag-usapan natin ngayon, hindi nyo mararamdaman yung naramdaman ko. Okay? Nararamdaman ko na bago ikasal, iniihi ako. Okay? Yung naramdaman mo na bago ako ikasal, alam ko na ginawa ko pagkakamali. Okay, so bago pa lang kayo papasok sa isang relationship, sa isang courting, ano yung sabi ka na spiritually and emotionally mature. Right? As a Christian. So, ayun. So, this ends my topic for this afternoon. So if ever na gusto niyo may makausap, me and your ate Ana, nandito lang kami, pwede makinig lang sa kwento niya as boyfriend and girlfriend or may gusto kong ligawan or wala. Right? So huwag kayong mahiya kung may right friend. Okay? So, sige, thank you.
Next speaker.